Again. Hey! Hey, dude's on the back. Haha! Dude's on the thing. Okay, the ultimate despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Whose same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now, we need to get out of here. Exactly, Kyoko. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. You have any ideas? Oh yeah, the key. Yep, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And can't open any door in school, right?
That's right.
Yep. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. It's our way out. Kyoko took the key with the Monokuma design on and slid it through the keyhole. And then it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Yeah, it's stinky in here. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. How did Makoto even survive that fall? Oh, this has to be the last chapter. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Dang, they made their legs look long in this angle too. They don't lose their footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. She said, yeah, rest in peace. But now that you said that, I'm kind of getting nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my bloodline. Blood. Okay, interesting. Your father decided to become a headmaster. There's a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? How come? It's like your family's just tradition, right? Try not to stand out.
Right.
Because we take pride in it.
Indeed.
Detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Makes sense.
However,
and yet, I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I didn't know it was something that a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride was for her own family, her father. The reason you go so far to enter Hope's Peak was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Oh, can't jump to conclusions there, Makoto. Me too, though. Reconnect. I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Yeah, what? But you'd be reunited after all those years, right? You'd have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
there is something I want to say to him, though. Yeah, what? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him. Or she wants to end ties with him for some reason. The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. Makes sense. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future, but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Interesting. Okay, that explains why her father wasn't a detective and became a headmaster. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. Wow, that's messed up. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. I was young, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. Ooh. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. True, but she's saying it, but we don't know, expression-wise or get the vibe. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she is more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
there is one thing that I can never forgive. And what's that?
So,
The way everyone looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life, and I'm sick of it. Okay. That's why I need to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. It's also good for her, because then she also feels like she could completely move forward. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. It'd be like that with some people though. You're not in her shoes, so... Yeah, so instead, I said nothing. Yeah, it's the best thing you can do, man. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. After I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. About time. That makes me curious then, what was on her CD then, or DVD, from what we saw in the beginning? Was it her family or something else? Okay, looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain this is where we'll come out. Okay, nice. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Is someone standing right there? The hatch opened with ease, and so... Hey! Looks like we're back. I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. True. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of here without you. True. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So now what? Yeah, what we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so there might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then.
Let's just get a concrete... It was just like, wait, what? Why are you worried? She's like, you're worried? Yo, the way she changed her posture for that. Huh?
In other words.
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Well, I guess we get to the butt of it right there. Wait, that's...
However.
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time until we're found out. And it's not like we can't run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So he's saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? I mean, come nip it in the bud now, otherwise you're going to be nervous the whole time. Don't worry, what do you think is going to happen, isn't it? What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before, what does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. Yeah, there was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a clue, do we? Choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Okay, let's head to the gym. Be kind of cool.
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
Hey, 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 hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really going to be okay? You're supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What would you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. Exactly. Now I gotta punish you again. This time I won't leave anything to chance. Oh. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to do. Have to. What?
However.
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
No.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right? Oh, okay, I see you, Kyoko. I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because.
Well, you set this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted to wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words.
I was supposed to be the chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about? Hey, why are you sweating?
However.
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. But you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuro. You did. Ooh. Oh, nothing to say?
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well.
No, I can't. Don't just say it like, why did she say she was talking all this big game as Monokuma said, now she's saying, I can't. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
That doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I can guarantee I'll find
That's
some.
right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. I know you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because.
If Makoto really was the killer, he would never have come to you willingly like this. True. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by despair you so love and inspire.
However.
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not like you. I'm trying to convince.
Hey.
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Hey! She said, hey, I'm trying to help the viewers. Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope. Ooh. He don't like that.
Hey.
He's like, no, despair can kill hope. Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
What we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. Haha. So, what is this advice of yours? Oh.
It's true.
To do Makuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial. Don't make me do this again. I thought I was done with trials, hopefully.
It's time for one last showdown.
Ooh, the last
Final
showdown.
battle between hope and despair.
Hey! Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't it, you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makuro's killer, of the mastermind himself. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They probably would execute me without another word.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed, Algor. He's back to the bear puns. Yeah, Barry.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things a little. So time for bear jokes. Oh, man. Now, what you've suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys?
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm pre-bared to agree to your terms. Would your hope win out, or my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself.
Oh man. Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed? Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
Yeah, I know that. These puns. But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
Guys?
So for the final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself.
then that'll be enough for qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bury it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makoto's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys?
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? And I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. Hey, of course she is.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
For real, man. But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when the class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just wanted to confirm. That is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? Ooh! You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, and it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Makoto is no exception to that. Huh? Makoto's trial is no exception, and is part of the regulations, which could have to mean that whoever killed Makoto. It's a very polarizing approach. I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, yeah, please no more puns. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game is beginning with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only person to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Yep.
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why did he go quiet? He just got silent.
Now I'm really angry.
I'm done talking. I have nothing left to say to you. Get lost, would ya? Yeah, why'd you get mad all of a sudden? He just flipped the switch.
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey,
Yo, he been emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? Yo, Makoto, don't question it. Huh, I don't care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. He really does. He's really getting excited on that. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. Kyoko over here with the saves. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. True. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept.
because,
It's because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yep, they did say that.
Listen,
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. Reason.
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost of killing each other. They wanted to show the world.
it would seem
The mastermind had been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody. Yeah, true.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why? To show the world despair? To show the cruelty of people, even when they're young? I don't know. To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point.
hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Host Peak, right? A certain concept? Yeah, the ultimate thing. So they wanted to see what would happen if a bunch of ultimates got together. It's about hope, right? Oh, what if the oh, okay.
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that and try to prove that despair is better than hope. Wow. To show that the children of the future can quickly fall into despair and there's no hope. Wow. That's messed up. That's their goal and the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
Chocolat bleu. You're right, it is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would despise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulation. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At the very least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
indeed,
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial following all their proper rules to get me killed. Began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we have that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. So I can't believe how much the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. Dude, Makoto, Yo, the amount of compliments he's giving Kyoko, man. In the end, though I couldn't prove any of it, it was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but how do we know who our true enemy is? All we have to do now is work together with everyone and destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Ah! Who's this? Hey!
Makoto?
Look at them, they're hype as heck. Yo, why is Toko actually happy? What?
You guys!
Hey, and that's reunion.
There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
What?
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Yo, I like
I'm
this.
just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Yo. Everyone was here, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. They getting emotional about it?
What?
What? What's that smell? Yo, way to kill that mood. Kill the reunion.
What the heck?
Yeah, man, it seriously stinks. It's Makoto, he smells like wet dog. Get away, shoo. Toko, be quiet. We know you don't bathe. In a flash, my tears dried up. That's that. As us we talk to Togami, man. What's up, bro? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was also ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that they had their lives saved by a computer program. That is true. But I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Learning experience? What's up, hero? I'm real, man.
Yo,
Makoto, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world, man.
you know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. Who's Miss Cleo? Hero, what are you talking about, man? So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have to access a new place again. And no dice. All the rooms were locked before. We're still locked. Okay, so the same doors are locked and everything. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we find new clues? In those other rooms that are locked, because Kyoko now has a key that we could use.
I'm telling you.
I got no words on that whole exchange right there, man. This is not to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery. But we've been looking around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh no!
Yep, everyone. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries. That's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. If we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not sure about that. I can't agree with the that I've worked together. Oh, yeah, she did mention something like this before. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Yep, he said it was all 16 people walked in here, or something, yeah. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, yeah, here's the hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, of all of them being high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students, meaning it's one of us, or something. One of the students. Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Yeah, but why?
So, in other words,
If this mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could possibly murder Makuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
In other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only person who have set foot in Oats Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is one of us. And those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive, are the people standing here. Need to continue, or do I need I to continue, or do you get it? You saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly it's a certain possibility, but only one among many. Mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. But that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're the ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. They must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled them in secret.
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times. True. Is it now morning? We've been talking all night?
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
Oh.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Every
Look wherever you
room.
want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit.
Wow.
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Hey. Why do you have to laugh at us in the end like that? How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the doors. Oh, let me get auto off. The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I plan on working alone from the beginning anyway.
in the
True.
name of my family.
Ooh, at this point I can only rely on myself. On the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Togami left the dining hall. Master! He didn't take me with him.
Hey,
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream. Without the cream. Coffee. So we're not coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. Toko, you need to take a chill pill on that. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're going to go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leave Makoto, Hina, and me.
you know?
In that case, I'm going to go by myself too. You don't want to hang out with us?
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm going to use my totally awesome spirit powers to figure out the mastermind's identity. Yeah, I believe in you, Hiro. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really going to go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. Dang.
But...
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
Cause, I mean...
But up to now, I haven't really been all that useful. Yeah, true. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. That is true too. You're not useless. If you hadn't been there, I would have died. Yeah, what? When? In which case? That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless. Remember that Sakura trial and when she was really ready to get everyone killed? For Sakura? Like, okay. But still, I mean, we know why, but, like, I'm not going to forget about that.
Okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm going to go off and do it on my own. Okay, see you later. Hino was surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Okay, so what now, Kyoko? So, really gonna go off your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're gonna go do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
So,
That goes for all of us. That's true. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should see it as a splitting up to cover more ground, and then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said that the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
No matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste, either. Either? I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be the one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve this mystery of the school. And then we can all skate together. Hey!